Good afternoon, and you're very welcome to this Masita All-Ireland Post-Primary Schools A Hurling. It is the Croke Cup quarter-final. It is the meeting of St. Kieran's College of Kilkenny and St. Raphael's College of Galway. Tom Clancy is my own name. We'll be guiding you through this one over the next 60 minutes or so. Throw-in is fast approaching with a 12:30 start for this one. Cyril Farrell will be joining me very shortly, but first we will take a look at the sides. We'll start with St. Kieran's College, of course, Leinster champions, and indeed the side at the top of the roller of honour of this Croke Cup crown. They go with Cian Dermody in goals. Larry Phelan, Lewis Raggett and Ben Nevin are their full backline. David Barco captains the side from centre half back, and he's joined by Bill McDermott and Ben McAvoy. Waterford's Garrod O'Shea is joined by Diarmuid Behan at midfield. The half-hour line sees Conor McAvoy, Fionn Mahoney and Brian Hickey. The inside line sees Jake Mullen flanked by Conor Houlihan and Owen Cahill. Looking at the men in red, and that's of course St. Raphael's from Loughrea, and they come into this one on the back of a Connacht final defeat, but looking to bounce back in this one. They go with Oran Stratford in goals. Cahill Keane, Mikey Maher and Andrew Keane are their full back line. The half back line sees captain Gavin Maher, but he's flanked by Lewis Keary and Aina Spellman. The midfield partner is Keegan Conair and Jamie Noon. In half forward they have free taker Jack Shaughnessy. He's joined by Stephen Keane and Owen Mulleedy. The inside line sees Tig McCarthy flanked by Aina Cooney and Ethan Coleman. The weather for this one is a little bit soft. We've plenty of rain and a bit of a breeze heading into our face here as we look onto the pitch here in Toomevara in Tipperary. Delighted to say I'm joined by Cyril Farrell, a man that knows the Loughrea boys quite well. And Cyril, not the greatest weather for this one, but a very proud day for these schools to be heading into an All-Ireland quarter-final on the back of their provincial deciders.
Yeah, busloads coming in there, and you're just looking at the teams here, there's a slight breeze blowing into our faces, but kind of going down, say, as we look from right to left. Kieran's I was watching them warming up. Very, very big team. They must be all up to the age 18 or 19. They would be the hot favourites. Raphaels were disappointing in the Connacht final, beaten by Athenry. They were favourites for that, but never really got going. Athenry won in merit, but they'll be out to redeem themselves, and they have a few changes on the team. They probably had to shake it up a bit. They'll be the underdogs here, but college's hurling is funny, you never know what can happen.
Yeah, what does Francis Ford say to his young charges? As you said, beaten in that Connacht final, it was by 3 points in a Galway derby. So what do they need to do differently today to upset the apple cart?
They have to be more energy. The breaking ball, they have to get to it. You can hear the chanting already here. They're all into one another. The breaking ball and fight for possession against Athenry, they weren't winning that. Athenry, even though they were behind for a lot of the game, they were still taking the fight to Loughrea. Whereas today you'd have to have it the other way around, because if Raphael's let Kieran's dominate, they're being for a tough afternoon, but the big thing is to get in among them and not to let them dominate. Their half back line, Tom, is very, very strong, anchored by Barco, but McDermott and McAvoy, these lads are good hurlers, either side of them, that's where the real strength is coming from. Forwards very good up front. Jake Mullen, one of the famous Mullen clan from Shamrocks, and you have Conor McAvoy. His father donned the Kilkenny jersey for many years, so they would have great pedigree, hot favourites, but you just never know with colleges.
Yeah, for sure. St. Kieran's, as we know, top of the roll of honour. They have a rich tradition in this competition. I suppose They lost in their opening round against Kilkenny CBC, but they managed to bounce back and win that Leinster final convincingly. So they're certainly on an upward trajectory, and obviously Brian Dowling wants them to continue that here this afternoon.
They're hot. Yeah, look, they're a good side. Always play good hurling. Tom, you see lovely hurling in colleges, because it's hurling the whole way through. Everyone is going for the ball, doing their best to get there. There's nothing kind of malicious or underhand in it at all. So looking forward to a good one.
Yeah, for sure. This is the first of 2 quarterfinals, isn't it? The other one taking place as well this afternoon. We'll keep an eye on that as this one is inching towards its start. We'll have the Aran Naveen in a moment, but as you can see, and maybe in fact here, plenty of breeze, but the Kilkenny supporters here to encourage their classmates over the line as they look to pursue another victory, which will take them a step closer to Croke Park. I think we're just about here around Naveen here being caught in the wind, so we'll pause now for that. So we're ready to go. Crowd just about in under the cover, the majority of them. Referee is ready for this one, and we are heading for the opener of this quarter final. Cyril, St. Kieran's, it's probably theirs to lose, but Loughrea are going to try and bring him into a dogfight here early on.
They'll probably try to take the game to them straight away. That's what they have to do. It's hard to know, I suppose. It's hard to know who has the breeze. Maybe Loughrea have it. It's kind of blown into our faces, but I suppose it is going a bit from right to left.
Yeah, it sure is, just coming down from the Silvermines Hills over on the far side, and we're underway in this All-Ireland Croke Cup quarter final. Immediately Raphael's slipping on it, and ball on the floor here now. The first ruck of the afternoon. These will be vital given the conditions, and Raphael's get their paws to it and looking to come out. Kieran's though immediately piling on the pressure, and the ball recycled now to one of the wing backs, and he clears it upfield, but to nobody in particular. This is the big presence of Bill McDermott, and you can see exactly what Cyril was on about with the towering presence back there. Knocks it up the line to Diarmuid Behan from a tight angle. The angle is no problem, and Diarmuid Behan, the midfielder, looks to have joined in the attack at that occasion. Opens the scoring here. Well executed shot given the conditions.
Yeah, lovely ball up the wing from McAvoy up to Behan, and Behan on his own picked off a lovely score.
Yeah, and Raphael's go long with the puck out, but beyond the far 65. Ball given back now to Conair, the midfielder. He has a go from midway. That's going to go close. It's going to go all the way. Brilliant score from the Sarsfields midfielder. Keegan Conair got out the back of the ruck and left-sided, executed brilliantly.
Came on to his favourite left side. It must be a breeze to Raphael's because he was a long way out there. Great score to put him back into the game. It's important that Raphael's kind of don't let Kilkenny kind of stretch into a big lead, because if they do, it'll be a long afternoon.
So we're level. The two midfielders opening the scoring, and in theory they should be marking each other, so they've started on the front foot in terms of attack. Here's Conor McAvoy, knocks it inside towards the inside line for Kieran's. There's an advantage coming. Hurley broken in there. Mullen flicks it outside back for the run of McAvoy. We have no advantage coming, and from just outside the football arc here in Toomevara, we'll have the first free of the afternoon, an opportunity for St. Kieran's to regain their advantage.
Yeah, this Jake Mullen is a bit of an extra class. He's one of the famous Mullen clan. I saw him about 2 years ago playing minor for Kilkenny.
He looks quite similar to the older boys.
Yeah, he's built well as well, but he's a good player.
Sure is, yeah. Won the ball out in front there. His opponent broke the hurley in the process, and the referee deemed it was a foul. So just about 43 or 4 metres given the angle for this St. Kieran's player to attempt to knock over the first free of the afternoon. The prize for the winners of this game will be a meeting with Nina CBS, the Harty Cup winners from Munster. So they're drawn straight into a semi-final. A free is hit and knocked over the bar by Conor McAvoy, and no problem at all for him, and the lead has been regained, and Raphael's will be conscious that McAvoy's prowess from the place balls could cause them damage, so they're going to try and limit that number. Puck out goes beyond the far 45. The breeze certainly would appear favouring Raphael's in this opening half. We weren't too sure, but we are now. Ball very close to that sideline. Big shoulder in there on the Raphael's number 12, Malidi, and he has to come back in field. Number of players, maybe 10 or 12 around the ball. Stephen Keane bursting through. Keane bearing down on goal. Advantage coming. Keane off the hurley. Doesn't get the greatest connection on the pull ball, but we'll come back for the free. Good direct running there, Cyril, by Stephen Keane, the wing forward. Caused
trouble with it. He said down and went straight through. This should be a tap over for Jack Shaughnessy. This guy's a good free taker as well now. Probably, one of the Loughrea, probably playing senior, I'd say, this year for Loughrea.
Yeah, so much talent around, and we're seeing plenty of it here. Guys that have played, of course, at Intercounty under 17, which is the minor grade these days. And here comes the free to go short. Referee has said they're too close, and I'll be honest with you, I don't think the referee was actually looking.
No, that's a crazy decision by the referee. He wasn't even looking at the goddamn thing.
Yeah, and the 11 went to the 14. It was McCarthy.
We're thinking quick, going to go for a goal.
And they're punished for it. So the opportunity to level up the game or even strike the front goes a begging, and St. Kieran's cleared their lines. Ball up with Malidi. Malidi is pulled back, and he's wasting no time. The Kilconneran man, in fact, he now leaves it down on the surface, and all the way back comes Shaughnessy. It is very, very deep in his own half, but he kind of fancies it.
Yeah,
he's left it to Maher, and indeed now Maher has left it to him, so a long, long way. He's on his own 45, a metre or so in from the sideline. And a busy afternoon.
He's a long way out, all right, Tom, but this guy is good at them, and he has the breeze behind him. He'd fancy it himself.
And brave as well to even try and pass that one short.
Yeah,
I know it didn't come off, but
no, you see what they're trying to take the game to Kilkenny, which is a good sign.
that's for sure. He goes long with the free. He's going to drop short though, and there's a red jersey underneath it. There is. It's Éanna Cooney, and now it comes back out to the towering full forward. It is McCarthy. Oh, he's blocked down. Falls back to Malidi though. He does well. Kilkenny in there rummaging for it, and there's another foul in there, and it's Jamie Noon this time who's fouled. And certainly in the early going, the tackling not on point from St. Kieran's College, so another opportunity for the Loughrea forward Shaughnessy to try and level us up.
Yeah, well, there's no open play yet, like I suppose, just settling down. They're all kind of finding out one another.
For sure, yeah. Busy afternoon a couple of weeks ago, and the Leinster final took place for the St. Kieran's manager Brian Dowling. Another busy afternoon for himself and Richie Root, heading to National League game with their Kildare inter-county team, but more about that in a minute, as the free taken drifts in beautifully from Shaughnessy. Brought it from right to left, and makes no mistake in levelling us up on this occasion. Decent start from the Galway side, but St. Kieran's look to find a runner. Here's McAvoy. Doesn't get it at the first attempt, does it the second. McAvoy off his left hand side. Is it going to bring it in? Just sneaks inside that post. In fact, it doesn't. It's outside, yeah. So the first wide of the afternoon goes to the men in the Magpie jerseys at St. Kieran's, and it remains 2 points apiece. Puck out short. Andrew Keane sweeping it long. Comes off the stick of the corner forward. Ethan Coleman has to pull on it there. And Coleman sees it go to Lewis Raggett of Dixborough, and Raggett clears his lines looking for his forwards to go and win one out in front. They have done that. Near the sideline, just about kept in play by Fionn Mahoney, and the Kieran's man has to knock it away from himself and then race onto one-handed, trying to bring it under his spell. Good numbers to the ruck there, 5 or 6 men in red jerseys, and that means that Loughrea have it, but there's no one really in attack now as they clear it. Here's Raggett, diagonal ball looking for Mullen. You could hear someone roaring for that. I have a feeling it was Mullen, and brings it under his spell as well now, inside his own half at this occasion. Knocks it into the runner of Garrod O'Shea. He's from Waterford, knocks it back to Brian Hickey, or Brian Hickey. Hickey spins onto his left, but he's blocked down there by the hard-working Éanna Cooney. And now Cooney's after the shoulder, but there's a runner through for the men from Galway as Cooney gets on it at the second attempt. Can someone put their hands on it? It's Tig McCarthy. McCarthy from just outside the D. Where has he brought it? He's brought it over the bar. Tig McCarthy had to work hard for the score, but it's a score nonetheless. And as harsh as man, McCarthy punishes it nicely.
Yeah, I'd say they were on a kind of advantage there, Tom. There was a free foul and the ref had his hand up, so he played an advantage for him.
Yeah, again, Kilkenny boys not with the greatest delivery. Intercepted, another chance of a score. Here's Coleman. There's a roar from the bench because Coleman has brought it in brilliantly. And the Loughrea boys starting to find their groove. And it's Ethan Coleman who knocks over from about 50 metres. A nice point from him. 4 points to 2. Yeah,
good score. Like, it wasn't an easy. Took it on and shot straight away.
Yeah, they'll be happy enough with the first 8 minutes, Cyril.
Yeah, like the longer it goes on, the more confident they get. Like, just once they can stay in the game, they'll keep, but we're just hoping.
Ball switched diagonally. The rain continuing to fall here in North Tipperary and Toomey Vara as ball with Owen Cahill of St. Kieran's, but can't grasp it. There's McAvoy again. We've seen plenty of him already. McAvoy, big long hand pass to a runner who's taken on the shot. Where's it gone? It's Diarmuid Behan. Behan with his second of the afternoon. The midfielder seems to have vacated midfield, playing in the half forward line. He's more or less at centre forward right now, and Diarmuid Behan cuts the gap to just 1. 4 points to 3 in favour of the men in red from Loughrea as puck out goes long. Switched across to Bill McDermott. McDermott slips but still has the possession. McCarthy just a little bit high on the shoulder, and
the underfoot conditions are fairly slippy there. Like
and only worsening.
Yeah, because we were looking out at it and it's green grass, but don't you know, underneath that grass there's water. Yeah, the whole country, it feels like underwater at the moment as St. Kieran's again send it wide into their forwards. And here's Garrod O'Shea, and O'Shea from a tight angle. Where's he brought that? Is he split the post? Oh, he has brilliantly. Garrod O'Shea, fine score from him. He's from the St. Mulleran's club in Waterford, an All-Ireland winner last year at under 17 level with his native county. He's looking for another one now at schools or colleges level, and a score like that can go a long way towards it as
the puck out from Loughrea goes long, but again there's an extra body back there. An opportunity now is Brian Hickey diagonally inside looking for the inside men, and it was Owen Cahill, but beaten to it on the second occasion is Fionn Mahoney. Got back to Behan around the corner to McAvoy steadies, plants the feet, and McAvoy has flashed it across the face of goal. I think he thought he could knock it over from about 20 metres, but sends it wide.
Yeah, they're dangerous on that far. We look out on that far left wing, Tom, aren't they? They're kind of working balls through them, taking good shots.
Yeah, between Mullen and McAvoy, and one or two others joining in as well. They sure do look dangerous as Éanna Cooney gets on it. Cooney with an advantage, tries to switch it across to a runner. There's a Kilkenny stick on it, so we're going to come back for the free. And towels are being brought in. It's worsening here in Toomevara, so it's an opportunity for the game to be this level is for Raphaels to regain the early advantage.
It's tough going though, Tom, like, because we're kind of just under a little bit of shed with his belt and rain out.
It's tough going for us, sir. Yeah, no credit to the players. They're doing their best out there. It's been decent quality so far, you can't deny that. And the St. Kieran's Boo Boys are contributing here now to put Jack Shaughnessy off.
Give him all the encouragement you like to Jack Shaughnessy.
For sure. Shaughnessy ignores every last bit of it and splits the post and puts Raphaels back in front as we tick towards the 11th minute here. Puck out short, spilled, and unfortunately just not enough men in red to put the pressure on if you're Raphaels. Here's Larry Phelan, one of many in the James Stevens jerseys playing.
Far wing again.
Yeah, they go for the diagonal ball from right to left. Raphael's man without a hurley. What can he do with it? He can't bring it up two-footed as Conor Houlihan gets on it. Here's Mullen. Mullen feinting, knocks it inside. There's a runner. It's McAvoy. McAvoy bearing down a goal. Goes for it. Oh, flying save from Stratford in the goal. And where's the ball gone? It's gone out for a 65. It was a shot from a long, long way out, but Stratford still had to get his hurl to it. And block it he did. It was the shot that came in from McAvoy. Net result, a 65.
Yeah, great save by Orton Stratford. Did the very same to Conor Fine, but half great save. But again, it's that Thomas, that far wing, they're dangerous, and that was a good opportunity, a great save. Like, they have the 65.
Yeah, he was one of the standouts in the final, wasn't he? From what I read and what I understand, He Sars was club man. Watched that one all the way. Yes, it came from distance, but it came with power.
It came with power, though.
And it was rising up towards that top corner, but up went the stick of young Oran Stratford, and one of his defenders then scrambled it out for a 65. So they'll be happy enough that McAvoy is now a long way from goal with this 65. Breeze into his face as McAvoy, simple routine, lifts and laughs and knocks it in around the house, blocked on the goal line by one of the defenders. The St. Kieran's men were coming in trying to tap it home, but scrambled away. There's a ruck inside that 13-metre line. Who's minding the house? Referee having a good close look. He's just outside the 20 and he decides to just call a halt.
Yeah, he's doing the right thing because it's going nowhere really, like, you know. Yeah. So that's the first ruck of the day.
It's the first time the referee's had to stall it as ball is dropped in, and again, as is so often the case, one leads to another and they're all scrummaging down for that ball. Where is it? It's on the surface there, still on that 20-metre line. Can anyone get their stick to it? They can. There's a St. Kieran's man. It's the centre half forward, Fionn Mahoney, racing away from the ruck but sending it to the left and wide. So disappointment for Kieran's as they continue to trail by the minimum. As we go down towards Jack Shaughnessy, we can see what he does from freeze. What can he do from racing away? Is he out of catches? Hand passes it back to a runner. It's Mulleedy onto his left, 50 metres from goal, and he has brought it in beautifully. And Owen Mulleedy, brilliant stuff. Shaughnessy drew them in, hand passed it off, and his colleague in the half-forward line splits the post.
Yeah, good score, but they have a nice breeze, like, you have to emphasise that. There's a fair old breeze out there.
Sure, yeah, we can see the tricolour on the far side certainly blowing from right to left, but nevertheless, scores need to be taken as the ball goes up the far side. Is Houlihan there for the black and white of Kieran's? He decides to come back towards midfield. Nobody there from a Loughrea point of view to put pressure on Barco. Towering presence. Sends it into his inside line. Nobody seems to know where the slitter is. It's going to stay on the field of play, and a slip, and the ball has been knocked out for another 65, this time on the far side. So, first time we've really seen Barco I'm sure it's conscious effort from Loughrea to keep the ball away from a man of his skill level, of his towering presence. And
it's a big unit good in there. Like, they're doing their best to keep away from him if they can, but you're going to find that he'll come into as in the second half, as the breeze comes into it, you'd expect him to be dominating.
So we saw the last 65 taken by McAvoy. This one is going to be hit by Jake Mullen, and a bit of a hush descends from his classmates in St. Kieran's College, bringing Blake colour. No booing here, only encouragement, as Mullen from the famous Shamrocks Club in Ballyhale, as he brought it in. It is not, it's off target to the left and wide. I think that's maybe 3 or 4 wides now for St. Kieran's, and all the time it gives encouragement to the Loughrea students, as the ball again beyond that far 45. Loughrea looking for a free there, as ball ends up on the floor. Play will go on. Barco bursting out with it. He nearly looks over age, and I'm not casting aspersions, but given the size and the power of the man, you'd be wrong. You'd be forgiven for saying that, as Mulidi gets on it. We've seen what he's able to do. Mulidi, though, put under pressure by Conor Houlihan, as back now to Barco, the team captain. That sends it in to a runner inside in that corner. Difficult angle, an opportunity for Fionn Mahoney to take on his man. Sits him down. Mahoney from a tight angle as he brought it in. The umpire is waving it wide. I thought he was thought the right hand was going out for the flag, but again he crosses him, and the Danesford player Fionn Mahoney is wayward.
I thought the same thing, Tom. I thought he was coming to raise the flag.
Yeah, he came out at a fair sprint, and there was a slight delay here as Jack Shaughnessy of Loughrea needs a bit of treatment. The physio is in to have a look, and there's going to be a temporary sub call for, so a temporary blow. It's all they'll hope it is, but it's a blow nonetheless for Ray Fields. Yeah, I think he was involved in that incident just beyond the 45 a moment ago, as Cian Connaughton, another one from the Kilkenny club, he's going to temporarily anyway at least replace Shaughnessy, so straight in towards the midfield and gives his man a dunt along the way.
Lets him know he's there.
That's it. Yeah, I'm here to play too, as the physio goes to work on Shaughnessy. We're back underway with the ball outside that 65, and the referee, the man from Cork, calls a halt temporarily anyway and throws it in. It's Barco, I think, powering out with it, as Behan racing away. The James Stevens man's Behan dummies the hand pass, feints, and now hand passes it out to Owen Cahill. Owen Cahill, though, not on the same wavelength from the Greg Ballycannon club. Was that a throw? I think it was, and he was slipping and falling, as is becoming commonplace now. Sir, the conditions.
Yeah, to be fair, the conditions are
very tough for both teams.
It's hard to describe them. Like, you know, there are tough conditions for both teams. There's no doubt about that.
Yeah. And anyone watching on our stream, I know we're live on Galway Bay FM as well, but anyone watching on the stream will just see the pitch ploughed up in different parts, and we just see a small amount of it there. So looks like the blood reversal is going to take place. Cian Connaughton doesn't get his paws on the ball, but he releases Jack Shaughnessy back from the bench, and trying to get it out of the hole there is Gavin Maher with the free. Just about does. There was appeals that he double touched it, but we will play on. Ball inside that far 45 is a shot from the wing forward Stephen Keane. Looked like it might tail, but it straightens up nicely, and Stephen Keane, lovely shot over the shoulder, and exactly what Francis Ford will want from his forwards. Win their own ball and knock it over the bar.
Did well to get it off.
Another chance here as Coleman intercepts the puck out. Coleman gives the fist pump because he split the post two in about 10 seconds to open up the 3-point lead, and there's a bit of belief starting to come into these Raphaels, lad. They know they're in the game. Yeah,
well, the longer they stay, the better for them. And they have to keep tacking over, because there is a strong breeze. Kieran's about to hit a purple patch.
For sure. Mullen has come a long way back into his own half-back line. Sends a diagonal ball again from the right wing to the left. Ball taken inside by Fionn Mahoney. Mahoney decides to have a shot. He tentatively, I think, went for the goal, but decides it's going to be flashed over instead. And it's a point back for St. Kieran's. Very dangerous under that dropping ball, aren't they, sir? No matter who it is.
They look very dangerous, especially under the high ball, and especially that far left wing. Like they seem to be on top there. They're dangerous and they get it, but to be fair to Raphaels, they're putting up a right battle.
They are, as ball with a black and white jersey, but it's lost as Tig McCarthy from Sarsfields has a go. That is going to go short, is it? It's thought it's going to go off target. Yeah, goalkeeper, which is Cian Darmody, had to watch it all the way, and the umpire then waves it wide. So Dermody with the puck out. Again, Lewis Raggett pulls out to this right corner back position and is able to take it. Loughrea not pushing up too much on the puck outs as Conair gets on it. Or in fact, that's Shaughnessy back in his own half back line. Racing out as Loughrea try to go through the lines with a couple of short passes. It's with Mulleedy. Mulleedy under serious pressure now. Knocks it off to a runner. Here's Stephen Keane. We saw him knocking one over a moment ago. Keane under pressure inside that 20. The referee has the arm outstretched. And good.
It's well worked.
Yeah. It was, I suppose, down a tunnel really here of this left channel. But St. Kieran's couldn't get their hands on it. And Keane wins the free. Colourful chanting over on that far side, but all part of the college's game.
All part of the college's game, yeah.
Was it like that back in your day, Cyril?
Much. When a bus load come in together, like the bus load of 40,
they'll find their feet.
Nice as a couple of 100.
For sure, it's great to see.
There's no harm in it all.
No, that's it, for sure, yeah. I see it as, across the provinces this time of year and across the codes. It's great to see. And even on the Saturday, the lads are there to support their clubmates, their classmates, as the free to be taken. Difficult to even rise a free in these conditions.
Hard enough to rise it.
But Shaughnessy gets it right, and the gap back out to 4, 9 points to 5, as we head for 21 minutes here in Toomevara. Ball this time hit up the middle. Mullen is there. The one-hand roll lift does very well.
He has moved out the field, Tom, hasn't he?
Yeah, he sure has. The red helmet is easy to pick out as he sends it inside to Fionn Mahoney. Mahoney under serious pressure. That's good work, but has the wind brought it back in? It has. It was two Raphael's men putting pressure, one from either side, but brilliantly taken by Fionn Mahoney, and a perfect response for Kieran's back to a 3-point game.
Yeah, that's the second point of Mahoney. Did it well now because he was under pressure. Yeah,
it was a man sliding in trying to block him. Puck out goes long again, and there's a similar enough tactic from Loughrea with a lot of the puck outs as Barco tries to barge out with it, doesn't succeed really in doing so. Racing onto it now. Here's Jamie Noon. There's a one-on-one inside, but the delivery's not the best for Stephen Keane. Keane has to go looking for it, kicks it back outside. It's outside to Coleman. Coleman just on the top of the football arc. Coleman off the left hand side, and when they do get space, these Loughrea forwards are certainly able to take their score, and it's Ethan Coleman of Loughrea on this occasion. Nicely worked. They get to 10 after these 22 minutes, and there's exchange of words beneath us between, I think, Francis Ford and the linesman. Means a lot to everyone involved.
But the ref isn't too strict, Tom, and over carrying. They're allowed, both sides are allowed to carry the ball along.
Yeah, for sure. He's strict on the pullback. There's a push to the floor there, says the Cork official on this occasion, so we're going to have a free, and Mullen stands over it as the rain continues to fall here.
And the breeze gets stronger.
Yeah. We're some bit covered here, as you can probably hear through our mics. The wind very much in our faces as the free to be taken by Jake Mullen. I think he's after sneaking a couple of metres, as any good free taker would.
He's after taking a nice bit now, let me tell you.
Could see the player who was pushed to the floor is 3 or 4 metres behind him, but if you can get away with it, why not? As
the linesman is more, well, the ref says bring it back a bit now, right? The linesman here is more interested in chatting to him.
Yeah, that's it. Shooting the breeze, they say, as we have an injury delay with Diarmuid Behan of James Stevens, thankfully now back to his feet, just running repairs. Busy time for these students, a lot of them of course preparing for the Leaving Cert, but this is the biggest exam they'll have faced so far in a lot of cases.
Yeah, it's the biggest hurling exam in a while.
For sure. The balance of it all as Mullen lines it up.
He should be getting the radar at this stage. This is his third one now to take, so he should be getting it on.
Just can he get that wind judged as it just picks up, puts plenty of loft in it. It's going to go dangerously close. It's going to be in around the square. It's batted away by a defender on the goal line. So again, Mullen had the accuracy, just didn't have the length of strike on this occasion. He picks up the pieces on the 45, sends it to a runner, and that is McAvoy. McAvoy's been very, very busy around that 45 metre line for St. Kieran's in this opening half, as ball comes back to O'Shea, the Mollerans man. At the second attempt will bring it under his grasp as off the left hand side, Garrod O'Shea in around the house, very, very dangerous, breaking onto it, his own Cahill, and then there's a stick there from a man in a red jersey, and that means Loughrea can come out with it. and they clear their lines. It's Mikey Maher, the full-back, sweeps it down the field. There's a man racing onto it. It's the yellow helmet of Ethan Coleman. Coleman is upended. The referee, I'm sure will go to the notebook. Brilliant work by Coleman, and he has shown plenty in this first half about what he's all about. I was reading in the match program that he was going to buy a car if he wins the lotto, so they need a car to catch him when he gets going.
Tom, if he wins now, he might give us all the cars. So
yeah, but he's been very impressive, wearing 15 but playing out in that half-forward line, it's for sure. And referee will book the St. Kieran's man. It is their number 7, and that is Ben McAvoy. And McAvoy can have no complaints, I think it's fair to say. And it gives Shaughnessy the opportunity to open up a 5-point lead. And he's right in front of St. Kieran's supporters, so
he'll get plenty of encouragement.
Test his concentration. Shaughnessy lifts and strike. Umpire goes for the flag. The encouragement has worked. It's 11 points to 6 as we just tick into the 26th minute here in Toomevara. Puck out, immediately taken short to Larry Phelan. He finds the runner. It's Bill McDermott, clubmates from the James Stephens club, as ball with Barco. Doesn't bring it under his spell, and you can see when Barco's getting on it, there's red jerseys trying to swarm him. They know the influence that this man can have. Here's Jack Shaughnessy, but Mullen back in the centre-back position can disrupt. Here's Garrod O'Shea, 4 or 5 red jerseys running after him. They're really putting the pressure on the St. Kieran's men, but St. Kieran's do well to work it back to Mullen. Hand passes it inside. There's always going to be space for someone.
Rafe is going to be careful here.
Yeah, there's a man out the back, and he's hiding in the corner really, as it's the number 12, Brian Hickey. Hickey bearing down on goal. Hand passes it off, shot at a goal, stick to it, and over the bar. It was a shot from Owen Cahill. The goalkeeper, Stratford, gets to stick to it, and I'm sure he's happy to see the umpire raising the white flag as opposed to the green one, and a point back.
There was danger there, Tom, the whole way. They were sniffing the goal, they were working the extra man the whole time.
Typical Kilkenny really, wasn't it?
Yeah.
How they worked it. Just couldn't execute the final shot to the standard required, but you'll take a good shot to beat Stratford today, and going to be a line ball for Louis Raggett and St. Kieran's as Mullen trots his way over, in no rush to take it as we head for the final 3 minutes of this opening half. Kieran's, while behind, given the conditions, probably won't be too stressed just yet. Yeah,
they'll be happy enough. Every time they're very dangerous in the attack.
For sure. Mullen cuts it down the line, looking for one of his inside men, but Gavin Maher, the Loughrea captain, is there. He's clutching his hand. He's lost his hurley. He's moved the ball on though. Serious pressure on the ball as Spellman is on it. Works it back out now. It's going to be Conair, and knocks it down the line as ball worked as a 2-arm tackle in there. Play will go on. How did he get the pass off there? Brilliant stuff. Here's Stephen Keane on it now. Moves it inside to Jamie Noon. There's no one inside the 45, but they don't need one, or maybe they do, because the shot is not the best one. Yeah, it's dropped short from Éanna Cooney. But flooding that middle zone are Raphael's as they look to
great catch
work them. Yeah, great take by Conor Houlihan, and Houlihan going down that left wing. Hand passes it back to Fionn Mahoney. Here's a runner, and that is, of course, McAvoy. He's very, very busy. Back to Mahoney. Shimmies, feints. Tries to take on his man. The referee has the arm outstretched for advantage off the hurley. Where has it gone? Yeah, Fionn Mahoney of Danesford has split the post. Referee doesn't need to whistle for the free. And another one back for St. Kieran's. A 3-point game, 11 points to 8 as we tick towards the dying embers of this opening half. Rain continuing to fall on an already soaked Toomevara. Referee having a look at this one. Ball on the surface there as Raphael's man, that's Shaughnessy, he comes up with it. Chased and harried all the way under serious pressure. Referee says play will continue. There's a few heavy challenges in the middle, and a black and white jersey comes up with it. It's the wing back, Bill McDermott. McDermott has a runner, just takes his eye off it. There's Ben McAvoy. And every ball seems so important in a game like this as Shaughnessy gets on it, knocks it inside to his inside men. But 4 black and white jerseys there, 3 now arriving from Loughrea as they've lost it. Switched across here now, looking for Jake Mullen, but in fact beaten to it by his own teammate Brian Hickey. back to the midfield runner. They're very good at recycling the ball. They've found Diarmuid Behan. Behan has delivered the shot, but just doesn't have the legs nor the accuracy, and Behan sends it to the right and wide.
They are dangerous on the time up front, like to throw that ball around. Loughrea have to track. They have to start tracking the
very
runners.
Interchangeable runners or positions in the forwards.
Even the half-forward midfield, like the two midfielders going up in the forwards, they have to track them because otherwise they have an overlap.
Yeah, numbers meaning very, very little on the backs of the St. Kieran's College men. I must compliment them the fact we can see the numbers, because a nice square white patch on the back with the number in black print. So someone looking for the ball there, and it's Malidi. Malidi has to come back to Shaughnessy. He's in a bit of isolation on the 45. You can early tell by the sound after Hurley it wasn't the greatest strike. And the goalkeeper Dermody will pick up the pieces. 3-on-3 there on the far forward line. Referee having a look at that one. Mullen breaking onto it. Mullen bearing down on goal. Mullen goes for it straight at the goalkeeper. He saves. Who's going to be there? Oh, good full back play. Mikey Maher powering out with it. And another goal opportunity goes begging again. Stratford watched it all the way. Got his stick to it, and his defenders there sharp to pick up the pieces. Yeah,
Maher picked up the piece there. Mikey Maher, well done, and a great straight again by Stratford. But again, you can see they're going for that goal. They can sense it's coming. Like Loughrea want to get to half time. What are they up? 11-8. Want another score too for half time to get them.
3 up. We're into stoppage time. Not sure what was added, unless there was any indication down beneath us. But we're at the referee's discretion now, as Stratford goes long with the free, as there's an opportunity now for Bill McDermott of Kieran's. Moves it on. Lovely stick control by Grode O'Shea.
This like O'Shea is causing a hot trouble in midfield.
He sure is. Gives it off to the runner, which is Conor McAvoy, another one who's been prominent, and his shot wide, though just about a metre or two outside that right post, and it is a wide ball, as Stratford will hope his forwards can win one more ball here and get one more score to nudge them a little bit further ahead. Stratford though, yeah, that's it. We're heading for the break here. 11 points to 8 in favour of Raphael, who played with the elements in that opening half, that's for sure. But the sides head for a half-time refresher and a half-time, I suppose, tactical review of what's gone on there and what indeed needs to be done in the second half. We're going to take a short break here in Toomevara. We'll be back with the second half in a few short moments. Down from the Silvermines Hills over on the far side, and we're underway in this All-Ireland, what Cyril was on about with the towering presence back there. Knocks it up the line to Behan, Diarmuid Behan from a tight angle. The angle is no problem, and Diarmuid ball given back now to Conair, the midfielder. He has a go from midway. That's going to go close. It's going to go all the way. Brilliant score from the Leinster. They're drawn straight into a semi-final. The free is hit and knocked over the bar by Conor McAvoy, and no problem. County team, but more about that in a minute, as the free taken drifts in beautifully from Shaughnessy. He gets on it at the second attempt. Can someone put their hands on it? It's Tyg McCartig from just outside the D. Where has he done? With the greatest delivery, intercepted, another chance of a score. Here's Coleman. There's a roar from the bench because Coleman has brought it in brilliantly. McAvoy, big long hand pass to a runner who's taken on the shot. Where's it gone? It's Diarmuid Behan. Here's Grode O'Shea, and O'Shea from a tight angle. Where's he brought that? Has he split the post? Oh, he has.
Give him all the encouragement you like to Shaughnessy.
For sure. Shaughnessy ignores every last. Mullen fainting, knocks it inside. There's a runner. It's McAvoy bearing down a goal. Goes for it. Oh, flying save from Stratford. Passes it back to a runner. It's Malidi onto his left, 50 metres from goal, and he has brought it in beautifully. Ball inside that far 45 is a shot from the wing forward Stephen Keane. Looked like it might tail, but it straightens up nice.
Did well to get it off.
Another chance here as Coleman intercepts the puck out. Coleman gives the fist pump because he split the post two in about 10 seconds. From the right wing to the left, ball taken inside by Fionn Mahoney. Mahoney decides to have a shot. He tented mates or classmates as free to be taken. Difficult to even rise a free in these conditions,
to rise it.
But Shaughnessy gets it right, sends it inside to Fionn Mahoney. Mahoney under serious pressure. That's good work, but has the wind brought it back in? It has. Kicks it back outside to Coleman. Coleman just on the top of the football are Coleman off the left hand side, and when they do get space, the full back sweeps it down the field. There's a man racing onto it. It's the yellow helmet of Ethan Coleman. Coleman is upended. The referee, I'm sure so.
Get plenty of encouragement.
Test his concentration. Shocked to see. Lifts and strike. Umpire goes for the flag. Really, it's the number 12, Brian Hickey. Hickey bearing down on goal. Hand passes it off. Shot at a goal. Stick to it and over the bar. Tries to take on his man. The referee has the arm outstretched for advantage off the hurley. Where has it gone? Yeah, Fionn Mahoney up having a look at that one. Mullen breaking onto it. Mullen bearing down on goal. Mullen goes for it straight at the goalkeeper. Saves. Who's going to be there? very welcome back to Tumivara for this Masita Senior A Hurling quarter-final, the meeting of St. Kieran's College and St. Raphael's of Loughrea, and it is the Galway students 3 points to the good at a half-time. They're just still in their dressing room as St. Kieran's have emerged for the second half of this one. Cyril, we were just having a bit of a natter amongst ourselves at half-time. Raphael's can be happy with a lot of the work they did in that half, but it will be tough in the second half against a powerful St. Kieran side.
Yeah, definitely. Like, Kieran's are physically stronger and they're very dangerous. They look very dangerous. But like, Raphael's are 3 up. They need to get a few scores early on, because you'd imagine with the breeze like that, Kilkenny will fancy themselves this stage, and they have threatened. Tom, they've threatened a few times goal chances really, which Raphael's haven't. You know, like, they look very, very dangerous.
Oran Stratford has been the busier of the two goalkeepers in that regard.
It's all to play for. They're 3 up. I'd say they'd have taken that before they started. Like, it's up to themselves now to get back and stuck in again.
For sure, yeah. And see, can they bring it down the home straight? You never know, though. Sometimes against the wind, it can suit a team, and they'll be hoping for similar here as the management, which is Francis Ford, Ronan Hardiman, Sean Parr, and Kieran Mulkern. They're making their way back across the field, so we'll be ready to go once that happens. And of course, Mr. Ford as well, part of the Galway senior time as well. Busy weekend.
He'll be on board tomorrow.
Some lads just, they can't refuse getting involved. And he's one of those. As we're back underway for the second half of this Croke Cup quarter-final. Croke Park, the destination in a couple of weeks' time, given the final, but Nina CBS will stand in the way of the winners. Nina CBS winning that Harty Cup over St. Flannan's a couple of weeks ago. They are the team who wait in the wings in the semi-final as ball recycled. And Raphael's looking to get the first score of the second half, trying to set that tone. Ball sent inside looking for Ethan Coleman, but beaten to it by Larry Phelan. A big powerful cornerback is Phelan, and another one who was on the Kilkenny minor team in recent seasons. Ball delivered long and taken well in the air by Gavin Maher, and going to have to try and recycle possession, and they do. Here's Lewis Keary with the dummy, does well and gives it now out to Cathal Keane. Keane plays with hurling with Loughrea at club level, but he's lost it in the traffic, and the black and white hoops of St. Kieran's going to come away. It's delivered inside. Mullen stands up his man. Mullen looking to bear down on goal. Referee thought about the free, doesn't need to, because Mullen has split the posts, and the first score of the second half goes to St. Kieran's, and if they can get Mullen into possession that close to goal, it'll be pretty ominous
it's very as well, Tom. He's gone back in full forward. Yeah,
very interchangeable 6 forwards as we saw in that opening half. Ball with Conor Houlihan of O'Loughlin Gales. Houlihan racing through, sends it on to a runner, flicked out along that by O'Shea, but can't bring it under control, and Gavin Maher tidies the pieces up for the men in red and white, gives it across to Keary. Keary left sided. There's 2-on-1 up there, and that's 2 of course of St. Kieran's, but doing well is Ethan Coleman. Coleman ends up on the floor, appeals for a free, nothing doing, appeals for a throw, and we will play on. There's a good clash of the ash there as Ben Nevin sweeps it upfield. Back there is the centre half back and team captain Maher, who does very well aerially again, sends it across to Spellman. Here's Mullen though, retreated out from full forward. Mullen, lovely little short stick pass to a colleague who's having a look at the posts as he brought it in. He has just trying to catch who it is. It's one of the inside forwards, I think. In fact, it's the centre half forward, Fionn Mahoney. Links well with Mullen, and Mahoney knocks it over. We have a 1-point game here in Tumivara.
They're back to a point game after about 2 or 3 minutes.
Yeah, and
the rain is stopping, Tom. It might bite ease a bit.
Yeah, we won't take the coats off just yet, no. Not for another 6 or 7 months, it seems like, as the ball goes long into that Loughrea forward line. Fighting for it is Shaughnessy. Sends it across to a runner. St. Kieran's flood the zone. 4 or 5 jerseys around there. Loughrea very much struggling to get a hold of that possession in the opening exchanges of the second half. Gerard O'Shea moves it forward for St. Kieran's. Knocked across to Mahoney. Nice touch for Mahoney. His man slips, and Mahoney has green grass in front of him. Mahoney inside that 20-metre line, goes for the goal. I think he might have mishit it. Blocked by a defender and now kicked wide. I think Mikey Maher got his hurley or maybe even his hand up to it, and eventually the ball is scrambled wide. It was kicked wide by Fionn Mahoney, but again they seem to create an opening, get a runner through, and on this occasion it was centre half forward Fionn Mahoney.
That way, Raphael's fella coming off here, is he cut or something?
Yeah, Physio is in again. Another
Another blood sub.
Yeah, looks like it. It's the centre half forward again, Jack Shaughnessy. It's, as you can just see on our monitor here, he's rightly cut at the top of the nose, I think. So physio will have a job to do to fix him. Well, he's a right gash from maybe his forehead even down. So the blood replacement comes in again, Kieran Connaughton, and hopefully he's okay.
The strength of Kieran's at the moment, Howard, kind of getting on top around the half back line, and they're swamping everything that goes up there.
Yeah, Thou shall not pass ball has really not gone beyond them since the start of the second half. Can it on this occasion? Again, Cooney was in there but doesn't win it. Winning it though is Ben Nevin. Moves it to Phelan, and Phelan switches it across to a man in isolation. That's Diarmuid Behan. He started the scoring in this contest. Here's Jake Mullen. Mullen jinking onto his left. Mullen he brought it in. He has just inside that post. And Jake Mullen, his second of the second half. And we have a level game, 11 points apiece.
Great score, came back on his left. Great well work ball up along the far side. Beautiful score.
Yeah, and again, Loughrea struggling to grasp possession. Do they have another puck out strategy maybe in their MO as they finally get it around the middle? But again, St. Kieran's very much quick there to get a block in. It was a Lewis Raggett stick, I think, that blocked it on that occasion. Onto the ball is Ethan Coleman. Coleman is fouled, and there's going to be a free on that 65. Badly needed opening for Raphael's of Loughrea, and referee gives them the free, which they don't have a free taker at the moment.
The problem now is that the free taker is off.
Yeah, trying to stop the blood from his forehead and I think the bridge of his nose, as looks like a dry slitter is going to come in. Or is it a towel? It's a towel out of the bag, and an opportunity. Looks like Stephen Keane is going to assume the duties for the moment anyway. Big opportunity. As difficult as it is, it's still a big opportunity for them to regain the lead. And he's on the 65. So it's going to be a left-sided strike from Keane. And Keane puts it into that Tipperary sky. Is it going to drift in with the breeze? It has. It's a brilliant lead. Yeah, great score. Umpires liked it. They nodded. And Stephen Keane wasn't sure for a moment if he was even going to hit the free. Nails it. Brilliant score. And cause for optimism now for Raphael's as they regain the lead. Ball back with Bill McDermott of Kieran's and sweeps it down for looking for Fionn Mahoney. Mahoney wins his ball. Heavy challenge in there by Gavin Maher, and the captain is leading by example in the early moments of this second half, working it up that left wing as they did so often in the first half. Switched across now to Tyg McCarthy. Not seen an awful lot of him at times. He's a big powerful presence in there. We're going to have a throw ball, but they need to get a little bit more out of that Sarsfield man because we know he's capable. Yeah,
he has the ability to do it, but now he's been well marked, and Jack Shockley's coming back again, I'd say, when he gets a chance to get on.
Yeah, hopefully all is good. Fourth official having a look at him, and looks like he's going to reassume his position. So Kieran Connaughton, most likely anyway, is going to make way. We've the Connaughton who's gone into full forward, he's going to trot out here, and fair play to him. Plenty of blood was coming out there, but little doubt that the Loughrea man was going to continue. St. Kieran's preparing probably their first sub of the afternoon. Joe Power being prepared over to our right hand side, going through his final stretches. So play back on with the throw ball from the referee, and St. Kieran's, as is often the case, winning that ruck ball. Winner of this competition 24 times. As ball knocked in towards Jake Mullen. Mullen under pressure, has his pocket pinched by Mikey Maher, and Loughrea tried to go through the middle, and there's a foul there by the number 14. Brian Dowling and co are appealing. There's a words being exchanged between the management and the referee, just asking people to just to cool it a little bit. Brian Dowling was incensed there was no free, but it did look to me like Mullen just came a little bit over the top. And now, well, they can just see the management exchanging words there. They're disputing the call and disputing what has gone on before, and just be wise to head back to their respective benches now and just.
Yeah, he came in. Mullins came in high with the hurl.
Yeah.
So the ref is always going to.
Ball wasn't there to be played at that point, so his referee just indicating that he dropped his level to compete for the ball, but it wasn't a legal movement. So it's a carte de buis for Jake Mullen, and He's a tireless enough worker, isn't he?
He's a good worker. He's a good hurler.
He doesn't want just the easy ball. He goes in search of it. He lost it here on the between the 45 and the 65. Worked all the way back, and obviously gave away the free, but didn't work for him. Now there's Mullen is on the floor after the ball.
Yeah, but he's after digging into.
Yeah, it's all spilling over here now. The referee's going to want to get a handle on this pretty soon. We've jersey off of a player. We've a helmet off. It's all kicking off now as referee continues to sound his whistle. Mullen ended up on the floor. I could definitely see Gavin Maher was more or less telling him to get up. He didn't see much in it. And
Mullen went straight for Maher.
Yeah. So the referee will have plenty of sorting out to do.
Mullen want to be careful because he's kind of, I don't know, is he booked already?
Yeah, well, if there's a yellow apiece here, he will be making the long walk to the dressing rooms on the far side. Umpires are together behind that goal. Referee's going in to have a look. It hasn't fully diffused. We saw Páirc Uí Chaoimh a couple of weeks ago how these things can rumble on. There's a Kilkenny player who's to put his jersey back on. Was tangling with a Raphael's man, and off it came. But referee.
There's a free up this end, isn't there?
Yeah, well, fair play earlier. Remember what's actually going on with the ball, but it will be a free, or should be a free when we resume. Wind has died a little bit.
That was on the old handbags stuff. They got into a tangle. We were watching the play here, but like you could see in the monitor here behind us.
Let's see what the referee will do. He's in a good long word with his two umpires, so he's going to call across a couple of different players. So trying to gather exactly who's who and what's what here. Big moment in the game here now, you'd feel, if indeed he has to go to the back pocket. It's the number 15, Owen Cahill of St. Kieran's, the number 6, Gavin Maher.
Yeah, I hope he doesn't send anyone off. There's only old handbag, 2 yellow cards, that's it.
He's looking for another player. Well, it's the...
He's not too sure, like...
I'm not sure he knows himself. No, it's Fionn Mahoney, the number 11 from St. Kieran's, who is the first to receive caution. It's a yellow card for him. Referee has put the yellow away. He's now having a word with Owen Cahill of St. Kieran's and Gavin Maher of Loughrea.
They should get yellow as well now, probably, Tom.
Yeah, he's taking the names, the numbers and all the details. So, Cork official with the Pion Louis in hand. What's he going to go for? It's a red apiece.
Oh, that's tough.
Gavin Maher is off. Owen Cahill is off. Well, I kind of was wondering when he put the yellow away. And he's indicated that both players must leave the field. A big blow for Raphael's in the fact that our captain. Yeah, centre back on. And it's the corner forward, Owen Cahill, although probably notionally playing there. Yeah. So, big moment. Both down to 14 for the closing 18, 19 minutes of this one. And we have a substitution coming for St. Kieran's now. Joe Power of Clara, in he comes. Who is making way? I think it's the corner,
tough to see
the number 12. Really, for sure, yeah. A big day for these schools. Big day for these players. Brian Hickey is made way. So Joe Power replaces Brian Hickey on the Kieran's college side. So it all bubbled over after that incident with Mullen down here. He gave away the free. He was embroiled in the middle of that. And the team captain from Raphael's gone. And Maher was having a fine second half. He was great.
Yeah, he's good. He's the main man in that back line. Like, he'd held the centre well, like, in a good hurler.
Yeah, there's a dozen or so players there, but referee picked out the two of them for the red card as the free from Shaughnessy in around the house. Caught inside there. Where's it gone? Oh, great save. The shot was from Cian Connaughton.
Good save.
Great save, flying with the hurley to his right. And it's a free out after all of that. Big moment. Well taken inside by Connaughton.
I think by Germany, because it's the first one he actually had to block.
For sure, yeah. Got the boss of the hurley to it as McAvoy is on it. Kieran's now in a sense blood in the attack. Ball worked back to O'Shea, and O'Shea is off target. I was just going to praise the skill level of this man.
Well, he's got a lot.
He has it. But just
all day.
He sure is, yeah. And the Waterford man in the Kilkenny ranks, and on this occasion off target. So puck out going long from Stratford. Kilkenny man underneath the landing ball, and they send it inside to Mullen. Mullen on the ball, jinking inside. Mullen, lovely feint. Has he kept it inside? It is off target again from St. Kieran. So Raphael's heading towards quarter number 4. slender advantage, the minimum, 1 point, 12 points to 11.
Barely holding on there. They have to start winning that puck out because, like, you know, these boys are going to keep missing the points the whole time.
Yeah, 3 points to 1 when I suppose it disrupted 13 and a half minutes of this opening half. Well taken in the air by the Loughrea forward. Big shoulder charge on him. Ball comes back to Mulleedy from 50 metres. Where's it gone? It's over the bar. And surely now belief in the Loughrea ranks as Owen Mulleedy splits the posts. And 2 point advantage.
Great win in the air. Then went back to Mulleedy over the bar. Great score.
Great score indeed. As ball short. This time it's read by a Loughrea jersey. Unable to just get on it though was Éanna Cooney. Referee has a decision to make. The decision is not to whistle as ball worked to Joe Power. Power a little bit aimless looking for the runner. That's Conor Houlihan. Here's a shot coming in and it's off target again. The radar not been aligned really since the start of this second half. And Brian Dowling and co starting to worry, I think, a little bit beneath us there now as Loughrea continue to lead as we head for the 3/4 mark.
Bit on the edge, right, but they are getting plenty of chances, Tom.
That's for sure, yeah. Going to just need to start taking them. Their efficiency has certainly dropped at the start of the second half. Ball towards Jamie Noon, slipped, but tidies up the pieces as Mikey Maher gets it. It looks like Keegan Conair's gone back to centre half back as they've worked it up of Loughrea. It's Stephen Keane. He splits the post. Well, one team misses, the other one doesn't. And Stephen Keane opens up that half-time advantage back to 3 points. And huge belief filtering onto the field of play now for Raphaels as the ball worked along to the far 20-metre line. Who has it? Is it staying in play? It is. Backheeled almost. In there is Owen Mulleedy. Little one-handed flick towards Shaughnessy. Shaughnessy breaks out of a few challenges. Gets his head up while the ball is still under Hurley. Brilliant skills of the game as Mulleedy from halfway. Mulleedy, where's that going? It's going all the way.
Great score.
Huge score from the Kilkenny man. Brilliantly taken. And a 4-point advantage now. And well, sometimes a bit of a row can change things, and it certainly has changed the tone of this game in the last few minutes.
Loughrea have got 2 or 3 great points now. There's still a lot of pressure.
Yeah, as Kieran's again persists with the sharp puck out. Ben Nevin on it, hand passes it off. Big collision after he does it, but nothing at all wrong with it. As ball with Ethan Coleman. High challenge around the neck, advantage for Coleman. Coleman's shot is going to be off target, but we're going to come back for the free. Very, very forceful challenge. Yeah. I'm not sure exactly who it was. It was the number 9, in fact. It was Dermot Behan, and he's going to be the latest player to walk into the referee's notebook. And just a high challenge around the neck. And I must credit the Loughrea man because he decided to play on. It was a challenge that we've seen players in the recent past hit the floor for. He decided he wanted to take his shot on, and he was going to get his free. So credit to him.
Yeah, because we hit the floor, there's been a bit more about it. But like, you know, to be fair to Kilkenny man, he didn't. He slipped into the tackle or something else. Yeah. And the conditions are bad. They are
for sure. Free from the just a metre or so in front of that 65. Shaughnessy is on it, a little bit short with the last one, so an opportunity for him here as the breeze certainly has died down ever so slightly anyway in this second half. Lifting and striking is the centre half forward as he brought it in. He has. Yes. The umpires are going for the flag and the advantage is stretching out. Another one for him, and Raphael's 5 to the good now with 13 minutes or so to play. Mullen has gone back into his half-back line trying to help work this up. It's Ben Nevin though of Kieran's. Here he is now, is Nevin. Past that 65, hand pass inside to Raggett. They've worked it back. Number 5, Bill McDermott having a go. And McDermott is off target. A lot of the shots coming to the left and wide, and no different on this occasion from Bill McDermott. Yeah,
they're getting the chances, but not like the accuracy isn't there yet. Like, no, there is a breeze behind them. Maybe just not helping as much as you'd imagine.
No, for sure. 5 points. You'd feel a healthy lead at this point, but certainly not an insurmountable one if you're from St. Kieran's College of Kilkenny. Is puck out short on this occasion. They haven't tried too many of those this afternoon, but they do well to keep a hold of it. Mikey Maher sweeps it downfield looking for McCarthy, and thought he had it, but yeah, the full back.
Good tackle.
I think it was in fact David Barco who disrupts him. Mullen sends it inside. He's been absolutely everywhere this afternoon at different times. His ball in towards his inside line, asking them to go and win it. Conor Houlihan is there, but so too 3 men in the red of Loughrea. opportunity for Mulleedy to try and gather it. He doesn't, and back to Diarmuid Behan, slipping and sliding, looking for a chop ball, but a yellow helmet and a red jersey comes up with it. Swept up the field. There's entanglement off the ball between a couple of players, but we will play on. Here's Mullen, lovely first touch, plants his feet. Mullen, 64 metres from goal. The rain starting to fall, but Mullen has found the target, and we're back to a 4-point game. 12 points for St. Kieran, 16 points for Loughrea, and the rain starting to fall once again here in Tipperary. Stratford, short of options, a little bit more space now in the field, of course, with 2 less players, but nevertheless difficult to find someone in space. As Jamie Noon, he's over carried, fainted one way, went back inside, and a huge roar from Fionn Mahoney and co, because it's going to be a free in for St. Kieran's and a potential quick base of points for them to cut the gap back to a 1-score game here if their wing forward Conor McAvoy can oblige.
He saw the dummy one side and back the other side.
Yeah, that's the way teams set up now. Of course, if they allowed a short puck out, you got to get the immediate push on, and they did, and they forced the mistake from the Loughrea defender. As we have a bit of silence now as McAvoy stands over it from the famed St. Kieran's, James Stevens club. Low trajectory, but an accurate one, and McAvoy splits the posts. 16 points to 13.
Back again in the melting pot.
For sure, yeah. Will we have a goal this afternoon? Whoever gets it may well be looking at the winning line.
Big score, Tom, in this game.
Sure would. We've had plenty of opportunities, but both goalkeepers have stood tall when required. As ball around the centre spot here and pulled on there, and it's going to be a line ball for Raphael's, and benches as well could play their part. I see St. Kieran's preparing another over to our right hand side. Brian Dowling and co are going to call upon him in a moment to see exactly who it is, but it's time for someone to be a hero, Cyril, and
goal will be big score here, Tom. Whoever gets it will probably win.
So on the far side, Loughrea not in a huge urgency to take it. The stand over on our far side full. With parents, I'm sure, teachers, supporters, club mates, everything, they're all here to cheer on. Yeah, big cut of the ball, but looks like St. Kieran's will win the race. It went maybe 50-60 metres diagonally across the field as Ben Nevin gets on it. Shortens the grip, gives it into Mullen, and he finds a runner, and it's this man again, McAvoy. Brilliant in the opening exchanges. McAvoy now with the free a moment to go. Will this come inside the post? It will not. McAvoy did well. And to the right and wide, yeah. So here comes the sub from St. Kieran's is Rob McAvoy, another McAvoy, and they're all from different clubs, but Rob McAvoy, he comes in, and making way is O'Loughlin Gale's inside man, Conor Houlihan. So a change in the inside line as McAvoy, another McAvoy, Rob McAvoy, looks to join the fray and contribute to a bit of a comeback victory here for St. Kieran's. Ball knocked down to the surface. McAvoy, will he get his hands at it? Ends up on the floor there beneath us. Everyone looking for it. McAvoy tries to play a bit of soccer with it. He's lost his stick. Mullen, lovely roll left to the back of the ruck. Racing up the middle. Shaughnessy there for company. Mullen, does so well, does Shaughnessy, and there's a push in the bag. I thought he had done the hard bit, and now the referee is bringing it forward.
Hard call, Tom.
Yeah. I mean, what's this defender supposed to do?
So he did everything right there, got the hold in, hooked and blocked.
Yeah, a free though coming for Conor McAvoy.
It's be a tap over.
It sure will. He was wayward from play a moment ago, but before that, knocked over a place ball from not a too dissimilar position. This one marginally closer even in terms of straight in front of the post, as we head for that 53rd minute mark, 53-minute mark, as McAvoy, breeze blowing across him, keeps it low and splits the post. Back to a 2-point game.
Loughrea have to start winning this ball again.
Yeah, they're going to need a man beneath it. It's shocked to see the man, or can Stephen Keane, Ethan Coleman.
Maybe McCarthy might come out.
That's it. Who's underneath it on this occasion? Rising highest on that occasion was the sub, Cian Connaughton. Doesn't get it though. And again, St. Kieran's are quick to get their hands on it. Mullen playing more or less at midfield at the moment. Here's Behan. Behan under pressure from Shaughnessy, or in fact, sorry, McCarthy, as Off the stick, off the hurl, Dermot Behan. Oh, that's a brilliant score. Brilliant score. Come at the hour, come at the man. Dermot Behan, under serious pressure from the red of Loughrea, didn't bat an eyelid. Back to a 1 point game. Brilliant score.
Like Loughrea backs did nothing wrong, but just couldn't get in a real block. Got it over his shoulder.
Yeah, as Stratford has to go along with the puck out. Looks towards that right wing channel once again. Well taken there by the number 12, that's Mulleedy. Hand passes it across to a runner, jinking inside. Stephen Keane outside that 45. Keane bearing down on goal now. Out of catches. Keane with a little flick. Doesn't get enough on it, does he? Oh, very, very close to going over the line. But Dermody took a couple of touches but brought it under his spell and gets it away. Jamie Noon, beaten to it. Kieran's looking to level it up. Mahoney for them inside the 40. 45. The shot though, it's not a powerful one. Brilliant goalkeeping by Stratford. Took a touch on the stick, then batted away because there was a Kieran's man breathing down his neck. As back there is Shaughnessy. He's playing an awful lot deeper since that red card. Sends it up to one of his inside men, Ethan Coleman. Coleman tries to bounce it on the sod here in Toomevara. Lost it. And Kieran's now, and that man again, Mullen, feints inside, hand passes it off to Conor McAvoy. Conor McAvoy looking diagonally. Touched on the hurl. Fionn Mahoney bearing down on goal. Mahoney unceremoniously dumped to the ground. And if it was an inter-county game, it would be a black card. It's only going to be a yellow. And maybe I shouldn't praise play like that, but that is sensible defending, because I think Mahoney had eyes for one thing and one thing only, and that was a goal. So it's going to be a yellow card here.
The break inside, I was only thinking this is one thing. Kind of took it for the team more or less here.
Yeah, for sure. And it's a yellow card for Lewis Keary. He was beaten all ends up and decided the best option was an illegal one within the rules, but it's going to be a 20-metre free, which Conor McAvoy will knock over to level the game as we head for the final 4.5 minutes of action here in Toomevara. McAvoy going through his routine. And again, knocks it over as Owen McLaren of Loughrea will come on as a sub. Loughrea clubman. He's, ready and able, but just not called upon just yet. We'll come back to that when we have it, as ball delivered far 45, taken in the air by the left hand of Lewis Raggett. Raggett knocks it over his man. He's going to go for the return. Bounces nicely, brings it in under his grasp, hand passes it off. Play will go on. Kieran's looking for a winner. There's a jersey pull in there. They're going for the jugular here. Switched across to the back. Mahoney goes for the goal. The keeper has it's gone in. Fionn Mahoney, just a bit too much power on it. Mahoney's low shot finds the net.
That was coming.
It sure was. Kieran's a goal to the good. 116 plays 16. They worked it. They had the advantage, and it's a goal for St. Kieran's. They're one step closer to a Crow Cup semi-final, as we have a sub incoming for Raphael. They're going to probably have to get a goal of their own. Éanna Cooney makes way. The man who's gone in is Owen McLaren, wearing the number 18 jersey. And you'd feel sorry for Stratford, because not the most powerful shot, but he's been equal to everything thrown his way so far. Just, I suppose, hit his hurley and just trickled over that goal line in what are very, very testing conditions for any goalkeeper, but it gives Kieran's the advantage. Dermot Behan, it was his run that cut through the defence, and the referee has stopped the play. He's giving a free, in fact, it looks like, for a frontal charge, and an opportunity for Kieran's to put a crucial 4th point between the sides, as Andrew Keane protests with the referee about it all.
Might be throw in as well.
No, he's pointing to the goal now. Yeah, it's going to be a free. So big moments, and you can see Kieran's they're a side that knows where the net is. They hadn't proven it until now, but my God, they know how to cut through. Yeah.
We're looking for it all day, Tom. Like even in the first half against the Breeze, we're kind of overlapping it. You see, since the lads are gone off, like Maher is a terrible loss for. The Kilkenny is lads lost as well, but it has opened up the play.
Sure has, as the free going to be taken by McAvoy, number 10 on his back, just drying his hurley off his jersey. all the small little things that can make the difference for a free taker as the clock ticks into the final 90 seconds here. And the Tipperary turf is dropping. Keeper gets a stick to it. Did it hit the crossbar? Where's it gone? It's into the net. The green flag is raised. It's O'Shea, I think.
Yeah, he got it. The keeper blocked it and got the rebound back in.
Batted to the nets, and suddenly there is a 2-score game, but it's a 2-goal game as Loughrea, another late challenge in there, and Conor McAvoy has won another free. But I tell you, you'd feel sorry for Stratford. It was a dangerous ball. I don't know to come off his hurley or off the crossbar, but it
just barely made the goal line below in the muck.
Yeah, it was Gerard O'Shea, I think, wasn't it, who got the flick to it, and the Waterford man has put 2 goals between them, and you'd feel now St. Kieran's are more or less home and hose unless we have a miracle up the other end. And
at this stage now, Michael Maher has moved up to the forward, so
they're going to have to try and win this puck out. Yeah, if indeed one comes. But McAvoy standing over to make it a 7-point game all of a sudden. I could scarcely believe we were saying that.
To it isn't a 7-point game really, if you know what I mean. They're
for sure not.
But like
the goals, as we were touching on, the goals very, very important in the last few minutes. 2 goals in double quick fashion have changed the complete mood here in Toomevara as McAvoy is going to want to knock this one over. Puts way more loft on this one. Has he brought it in? He has. 7 points the difference as we head for stoppage time. How long it is, I'm not exactly sure, but Raphael's going to need to win the puck out as St. Kieran send Luke Lawler from Clara into the action, and making way is the wing back Ben McAvoy. So another change on the Kieran side as again Raphael's unable to get the puck out the requisite distance that they would want. Here is Jake Mullen.
They're losing every puck out.
And Mullen races through the middle, gives the fist pump because he split the post. Raphael's committing too many to attack really, and leaving gaping holes at the back.
You see, they're all pushed forward, Tom, with this big gap at the back. Like they'll have to come to try to get the ball first of all.
Yeah, so it's been a significant turnaround as Raphael's get a hand to it but can't get it into a hand. As ball on the ground, exactly where St. Kieran's will want it. We've played just about a minute of this stoppage time period, and an opportunity now for someone to get on it. It's a free coming in if we need it. Yeah, there's a bit of a late hit, a second late hit. Referee has eventually called a halt. I wasn't sure if he'd seen a couple of things that I saw, but it's going to be a free in for Raphael's, and unfortunately they're going to be frustrated here, but they certainly gave St. Kieran's a scare here. I think that's fair to say.
It's probably a good game that Kieran's kind of walked in this final, so they had a right good tough. Okay, they got on top the last 2 or 3 minutes, but they got a right good test here. Just probably what they wanted. Yeah,
if you just looked at the scoreboard there, or you know, in a few hours' time, you'd probably think it was a dominant display. Far from it, as the Raphael's men go for a goal in around the house. The goalkeeper got his stick to it, then picked it up. Brilliant goalkeeping by Dermody, and Kieran's will clear their lines up to this.
For the space this year.
Yeah, there's a 1-on-1 racing away now. It's Fionn Mahoney, got that first goal for them. That's changed the mood here. Mahoney going for another, decides to take the point, and Mahoney puts even more daylight between the sides. It's a scoreboard that's certainly flattering the Leinster champions, but nevertheless they know how to win games. They've proven it time and time again. As
they're really opening up now because it's big space.
Yeah,
Raphael's can't win a puck out.
Mullen, he has been outstanding as well. Switches it down the wing, and who's going to get their hands on it? Here's the number 8, that's Gerard O'Shea. He got the second goal, but his shot dropped short, and Stratford of Sarsfield's going to open up the shoulders, go as long as he can, but Kieran seemed to have players everywhere, and there's a bit of a wild pull there. A referee, I'm sure, happy enough to just give the free for Lewis Raggett there. And I think that's all she wrote regarding this one, but
must be nearly time up now, Tom.
Yeah, just hitting the 3-minute mark, as looks to me like Luke Hand is looking for the short ball here. Free to be hit by Barco, the captain. He'll have eyes on the Crow Cup in a few weeks, but standing in their way are the Munster champions Nina CBS, who I'm sure are having a good old scout here this afternoon. See what they make of the St. Kieran's challenge. Ball knocked down the line. Heavy challenge in there. Play will continue. Raphael's men continuing to take the fight as ball knocked down the wing. As Kieran's get 1 or 2 to the ruck again. Up there now with Mikey Maher. Slipping. Back there is Ben Nevin. And just knocks it out over the line.
Must be nearly over, Tom.
Yeah. Not sure do we need much more. The result is determined. We're 4 minutes in. I know we'd had a few stoppages, but it is St. Kieran's Day in the end, really. Line ball. Cut in around the house. And again, a black and white jersey. Gather it, and there is the full-time whistle here. St. Kieran's are back in the All-Ireland semi-final at under 19.5 Croke Cup level, following a 9-point victory here. But Cyril, 9 points, it really doesn't show the I suppose the quality that Raphael's had, and it doesn't show what this game was all about. It was tight all the way through.
Tight all the way through. The Raphael's didn't have 3 points up at half time. With 9 or 10 minutes to go, they were still 3 or 4 points up, and then eventually, the sending off of the big, because centre back for Raphael, Gavin Maher was sent off.
Yeah, and he was having a great second half.
He's holding in it. He was the big loss now, so the best team won. They were threatening Tom all the day, and once they got 1 goal, they were going to get more. But the scoreline is a bit false. 2-19. Stratford had a great game and goals. That doesn't do justice to him. But it'll improve Kieran's, because I'd say they figured they were going to win this. There were hot favourites coming in. They got a right battle up to the last 4 or 5 minutes. Up to that was anyone's game, but it'll actually probably improve a ton from it. Yeah,
for sure. Raphael's lads, I'm sure, disappointed as they are. They've lost the Connacht final, lost this now, but been a good year for them overall. They put their best foot forward for long spells today. Just didn't get the breaks maybe when they needed it. And sometimes that's what it's about at colleges level.
Well, Tom, they showed today that they can hurl, in the sense that say the Connacht final, they were very disappointed with the play. But today, okay, they'd be disappointed to lose, but they won't be disappointed with the performance.
Yeah, and St. Kieran's, again, as we know, every year it seems like will have a huge say in where that Croke Cup goes. But Nina CBS and them now, that's a mouth-watering semi-final in the next couple of weeks.
Yeah, it'll be something to look forward to, Tom.
Sure will, yeah. Cyril, thank you very much for your company. We will try and catch a word from the winning camp in the next moment or two. We'll also try and dry out. We're all getting pretty soaked here in Toomevara. But for now, Tom Clancy signing off here in Toomevara, where it is St. Kieran's who have won 219 to 16 points. Silvermines Hills over on the far side, and we're underway in this All-Ireland. What Cyril was on about with the towering presence back there, knocks it up the line to Dermot Behan from a tight angle. The angle is no problem, and Dermot, ball given back now to Conair, the midfielder. He has a go from midway. That's going to go close. It's going to go all the way. Brilliant score from the Sarster. So they're drawn straight into a semi-final. The free is hit and knocked over the bar by Conor McAvoy, and no problem. County team, but more about that in a minute, as the free taken drifts in beautifully from Shaughnessy. He gets on it at the second attempt. Can someone put their hands on it? It's Tyke McCartick from just outside the D. Where has he done? With the greatest delivery, intercepted. Another chance of a score. Here's Coleman. There's a roar from the bench because Coleman has brought it in brilliantly. McAvoy, big long hand pass to a runner who's taken on the shot. Where's it gone? It's Dermot Behan. Here's Garrod O'Shea, and O'Shea from a tight angle. Where's he brought that? Has he split the post? Oh, he has. The off.
Give him all the encouragement you like to Shaughnessy.
For sure. Shaughnessy ignores every last. Mullen fainting, knocks it inside. There's a runner. It's McAvoy bearing down a goal. Goes for it. Oh, flying save from Stratton. Passes it back to a runner. It's Molidi onto his left, 50 metres from goal, and he has brought it in beautifully. Ball inside that far 45 is a shot from the wing forward Stephen Keane. Looked like it might tail, but it straightens up nice.
Did well to get it off.
Another chance here as Coleman intercepts the puck out. Coleman gives the fist pump because he split the post 2 in about 10 seconds. From the right wing to the left, ball taken inside by Fionn Mahoney. Mahoney decides to have a shot. He tended mates or classmates. as the free to be taken. Difficult to even rise a free in these
it's hard enough
conditions.
to rise it.
But Shaughnessy gets it right. Sends it inside to Fionn Mahoney. Mahoney under serious pressure. That's good work, but has the wind brought it back in? It has. Kicks it back outside. It's outside to Coleman. Coleman just on the top of the football arc. Coleman off the left hand side, and when they do get space, Maher, the full back, sweeps it down the field. There's a man racing onto it. It's the yellow helmet of Ethan Coleman. Coleman is upended. The referee, I'm sure. So
get plenty of encouragement.
Test his concentration. Shaughnessy lifts and strike. Umpire goes for the flag. Really, it's the number 12, Brian Hickey. Hickey bearing down on goal. Hand passes it off. Shot at a goal. Stick to it and over the bar. Tries to take on his man. Referee has the arm outstretched for advantage off the Hurley. Where has it gone? Fionn Mahoney up, having a look at that one. Mullen breaking onto it. Mullen bearing down on goal. Mullen goes for it straight at the goalkeeper. He saves. Who's going to be there? Forward as well. Part of the Galway senior times as well. Busy weekend. Some lads just, they can't going to come away. It's delivered inside. Mullen stands up his man. Mullen looking to bear down on goal. Referee. After St. Kieran's College 219 to 16 points victory. I was just joking with you there, Brian. That scoreboard does not do reflection of this game. If anyone looked at that, they'd have said that you walked it, but absolutely couldn't be further from the truth.
No, it was far from walking, I tell you. 10 minutes ago, if you offered me extra time, I would have took your hand off. Look, fair play to Raphael. They threw everything at us. They were absolutely brilliant out there. But in fairness to our lads, they dug deep. They stayed going right to the end. We said it at half time, it's never over. I felt if we could get ahead, we'd win the game. But it took a long time for us to get there. But look, we got there, and look, it's great now to be in a semi-final. Yeah,
what do you think was the difference really in the end? I know you're 4 or 5 down there, coming down the stretch. But what do you feel turned the game for you there?
I don't know what it was. I'll have to look back. I just thought we got probably on top in the middle third. We were poor. I thought we started the second half very well, but went out of it again. Raphael's got on top. Probably just sending off, opened up a lot of space there, and they lost the back. We lost the forward, so it was 5v5. Kind of felt we'd run at them a bit more, and it kind of happened like that. We needed a goal, badly needed a goal. And fair play to Phil Matney. He was unreal all day for us, and we missed about 5 goal chances. So we finally took one, and it was great. Yeah, the goal was well worked. You worked it maybe from the far 65 over our shoulder there, all the way in. I suppose the conditions will to do that in that condition, it shows you the skill level that these players have at this level, and it's the same for both teams. Yeah, no, the skill level was unreal out there. I think anyone on the pitch will tell you how heavy it is. The wind is bad. It's lashing rain as well. It's hard to believe we scored 219 and all the chances we left behind us as well. But that was, a testament to Raphael's, the brilliant management team there. Franny Ford very well. They knew they'd be well set up. That's the way they were. Played them 2 years ago in Ireland College's final. We're probably lucky to win that one as well. But quarterfinals. I knew it was going to be a tough game after we had a convincing win in Leinster final. We said it to the lads, we have to be ready for this one. And look, we were nearly caught, but thank God we got there. Yeah, now it's Nina CBS coming down the tracks. Where's the areas of focus of improvement? I know you said you're going to have a look at the video and see how it was, but where do you immediately look for the improvement ahead of that semi-final? Yeah, I suppose our shooting, our decision making when we're shooting wasn't good enough today. We had goal chances but weren't ruthless enough. You get these chances, you have to take them. Look, Nina are a top class team, they won the Harty, so we know how good they are. But look, every game is different, and look, we're just happy to get through today, and we'll review the game today. We'll review Nina, and then we'll be all systems go for 2 weeks, and looking forward now to an Ireland semi-final. Very much. Thank you very much, Brian, and we'll chat to you again soon. Cheers. Thank you. All right. Yeah, thanks very much. Okay. Bye. All the best. See ya. All good, Johnny. Because lovely little short stick pass to a colleague who's having a look at the post as he brought it in. He has his man slips, and Mahoney has green grass in front of him. Mahoney inside that 20-metre line goes for the goal. I think he might have mishit it. Blocked. Here's Jake Mullen jinking onto his left. Mullen he brought it in. He has just inside that. Keane puts it into that Tipperary sky. Is it going to drift in with the breeze? It has. It's a brilliant lead. Yeah, great. Mullen is on the floor off the ball. Yeah, Richard Hughes after digging into it. Yeah, it's all spilling over here now. The referee's going to want to get a handle on this pretty soon. We've a jersey off of a player. We've a helmet off. It's all kicking off now as referee and all the details. So Cork official with the Clown Louis in hand. What's he going to go for? It's a red apiece. Oh, that's tough. Gavin Maher is off. Owen Cahill is off. Well, I kind of was wondering when he put the yellow away. And he as the free from Shaughnessy in around the house. Caught inside there. Where's it gone? Oh, great save. The shot was from Kieran. Loughrea forward. Big shoulder charge on him. Ball comes back to Molidi from 50 metres.
Where's it gone? It's over the bar. Conair's gone back to centre half back as they've worked it up of Loughrea. It's Stephen Keane. He splits the post. Well, one team missed. And the Hurley, brilliant skills of the game as Malidi from halfway. Malidi, where's that going? It's going all the way.
Great score.
Anyway, in this second half, lifting and striking is the centre half forward. As he brought it in, he has. The umpires are going for the flag. First touch, plants his feet. Mullen, 64 metres from goal. The rain starting to fall, but Mullen has found the target. Hands over it from the famed St. Kieran's, James Stevens club. Low trajectory, but an accurate one. 53-minute mark as McAvoy. Breeze blowing across him, keeps it low. And Behan under pressure from Shaughnessy, McCartig, as off the stick, off the hurl, Diarmuid Behan. Oh, that's a brilliant score. On the hurl. Fionn Mahoney bearing down on goal. Mahoney unceremoniously dumped to the ground. McAvoy going through his routine. And again, knocks it over. They pull in there, they're going for the jugular here. Switched across to the back. Mahoney goes for the goal. Oh, the keeper has it's gone in. And the Tipperary turf is dropping. Keeper gets a stick to it. Did it hit the crossbar? Where's it gone? It's into the net. McAvoy going to want to knock this one over. Puts way more loft on this one. Has he brought it in? He has. Yeah, they would want. Here is Jake Mullen. Yeah. And Mullen races through the middle, gives the fist pump because he split the post. Mahoney got that first goal for them. That's changed the mood here. Mahoney going for another, decides to take the point, and Mahoney puts even more daylight between.